So when this patient came to our office, she had just been in a car accident. She was dealing with significant neck issues. She was dealing with consistent migraines. She was dealing with mid-back issues. She was also dealing with low back pain and jaw pain. Now, what concerned us the most wasn't just the symptoms that she was dealing with, but what we saw on her x-ray. So I'm Dr. Andrew Hall of WellSpine KC, and let me explain to you a little bit more about what was going on in this situation. This patient is a middle-aged woman who had just been in a T-bone accident. So she was T-boned on the passenger side. That person was going 45 miles an hour and she was sitting still. So imagine the impact that happened to that. She was dealing with a lot of pain in her right shoulder because of the seatbelt. She was dealing with a lot of jaw issues, neck issues, and consistent migraines. Now, it wasn't just those issues that she was dealing with, and this is very common that we see in car accidents, is that she was dealing with less sleep, really interrupted sleep, and not just a few days, but a couple weeks at this point in time. She was dealing with focus and concentration issues, both at home and at work. She said that she was more irritable, she just couldn't concentrate, and she felt like she just couldn't enjoy her life. Now, these kind of symptoms are very, very common in whiplash injuries like this, and this is a whiplash injury, and I'll show you why in just a second. But she was also thinking, okay, well, this is just an injury, maybe it'll go away, I should be healing from this. But the research tells us that most people, about 50% of people who have dealt with a whiplash injury from a car accident or something similar to that, they're still dealing with the same kind of symptoms 30 years later. Imagine that, 30 years of symptoms. And again, if you've dealt with these kind of injuries before, that's a long time to be dealing with this stuff. But the great news is a lot of these things are correctable if you catch it. Now, let me show you what we found on the x-rays that concerned us so much. The first thing that I'm going to show you is what a normal, healthy x-ray should look like. So this is normal on the right-hand side. And these x-rays, the person's facing this way. You can see the teeth, the base of the skull, the shoulder. The three things that we look for on a neck x-ray like this. Number one is a 45-degree curve in that neck. That is a healthy lordotic curve. The reason that's so important is that spinal cord has to sit nice and slack through that area so the messages can get through, but that curve is a natural protection against forces, and it protects the spinal cord in your nervous system. Number two, forward head posture. The ear should be directly over the shoulder, 0 millimeters of forward head posture, not much of this. That's a very measurable thing that we look at. And the third thing that we look for is this atlas angle. That top bone of your spine is the most important bone in your spine. That should be at 30 degrees. So when there's damage to the spine, it causes the spine to break down, much like a cavity would cause your teeth to break down. And this is what we were seeing in this patient. And you can see the marked difference. I mean, just looking at the curve here, you can see hers is actually reversed. It's going in the opposite direction. That causes a ton of stress and tension on the neck right through there. Number two, she had a lot of forward head posture where it should be 20 millimeters. So you can just think about all of the stress and tension that was happening in the neck and shoulders. It's this kind of posture that also causes jaw issues and migraines. And then finally, the atlas that should be at 30 degrees was at 16 degrees. It is very straightforward seeing an x-ray like this and some of the other measurements that we did that this is a whiplash injury. So not only are there soft tissue involvement with that, the ligaments and tendons that surround the spine and the muscles, but also there was neurological compromise through this area at the same time. Because of the amount of damage that we found on her neck and also on her low back, we also decided to incorporate spinal decompression along with the chiropractic adjustments that we do. Decompression is fantastic for cases like this because not only is it going to help improve the ranges of motion, and this person had really limited ranges of motion in their neck and their low back, it improves the ranges of motion, it starts decreasing and reducing the tension on the spinal nerve roots, both in the low back and in the neck. It starts increasing the hydration of the discs themselves, trying to reestablish that damaged tissue through hydration and just slowly and gently opening up those spaces to help with that. So not only were we doing chiropractic adjustments, very specific chiropractic adjustments, I might add. We are also adding decompression to that. We are also giving her some really gentle and easy exercises to be doing at home. We are talking to her about hydration. We are talking about a lot of different things to help heal the spine. That is the kind of work that we do, which is very specific and it's personalized for each person and each situation, especially with that. Now, because she was a great patient, she followed our recommendations of care. We were incorporating adjustments and we were incorporating spinal decompression. She saw really great results, actually fairly quickly, especially concerned with a case like this where so many symptoms were going on. So as her spine was healing structurally, she noticed less pain, her ranges of motion were getting better, she was having less migraines, she was having less low back issues, the shoulder was healing. But really what she was really happy about is that she was sleeping better, she could focus and concentrate at work, she wasn't as irritable. She said, I really got my life back in so many different ways. And let me show you what that x-ray looked like finally in the second thing, because you can see the changes on x-rays and the improvements because of this. So this is about 90 days later, and the things that jump out to me is, number one, her forward head posture is so much better. What was 20 millimeters is down to 10 millimeters, 11 millimeters. The head's coming back up over the shoulders. The atlas angle, 16 degrees to 20 degrees, got so much better. The lack or the reversed curve went from -13 to -8. Again, we're not looking for perfect spines at this point in time. I know that spine isn't perfect, but we had seen enough changes not only in the structure of her spine and the other x-rays that we take, because it's not just this one, but the other changes symptomatically that we were able to reduce the frequency of her adjustments and ultimately release her from her auto accident case. So really the point of this is I want you to know, if you've ever dealt with an injury like this, if you've ever been in a car accident, even if it was months or years ago, if you've dealt with whiplash injuries from sports, maybe you were in the military, maybe you had a fall, these kind of things are very apparent on an x-ray. Number one, we can see what the problem is without guessing or doing different things like that. But number two, and most importantly, most of these issues, if they're caught in time, are completely correctable. So every patient is unique, and that's why every care plan here at WellSpine KC is personalized. Our goal is not just to get you out of symptoms and help you feel a little bit better, but we want people to heal better over time. We want to restore your health and function and supporting long-term wellness. So if this is something that interests you, if you've never had a spinal exam like this before, because this is just the tip of the iceberg of the things that we do, we'd love to help you in some way. You can click on the link below and we can sit down and have a consultation and see how we can just get you back on track with your health. Thanks for your time.